Oh my gosh, that is it. Wow. All right, and I knew this, that it came with its own case, which that is pretty cool. And my first impressions of this is actually like really heavy. Yeah. So, but it's heavy for a reason. It's jam-packed with tons of stuff. All right. And of course, it's all. That's why I'm glad that they totally packed this thing up. Makes me feel better. Yeah, honestly, first impressions, just right off the bat, like that's really heavy. It's actually a lot heavier than I thought it was gonna be, to be honest. Look, it comes with its own strap. That's how heavy it is. In fact, this is actually heavier than the camera body I'm using, so. Okay, and there's the lens hood. That is a massive lens hood. And from what I've heard, you don't want to lose this because the hood alone, I think if you're gonna just buy a new hood, a replacement, you're gonna be spending like anywhere between like $30 to $50, somewhere in there. So yeah, don't lose that. Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay. Let's look at that front element. Oh wow. That is so cool. I can't emphasize that this is a really heavy lens. Like, you can see why it comes with its own tripod collar right there, because I mean, when you're mounting that on your tripod, you're not mounting it from the camera body, you're mounting it from right here, because it actually is better balanced if you use the tripod collar for the lens. That's kind of cool. All right, so first things first. So these are the gears. Man, look how big that element is. I don't think I even have a filter for that. It's kind of nice. So the zoom is all internal, which is really nice. So you're not gonna have something like, you know, going further out as you're zooming into 200. And honestly, first impressions, the focus rings, the zoom ring and the focus ring, they're very, very smooth. I did pay, by the way, $2,000 for this lens. So this has a focus of 1.2 up close, which is nice. And this is what I don't really understand, so maybe someone can answer this for me in the comments. So you have what it says right here, 2.5. You can go to 2.5 to infinity, or you can just stay at 1.2, which gives you a closer, you can have something a little bit closer to the lens. I don't know why you'd ever go to 2.5. That seems kind of pointless. I mean, yeah, I would just stay right there. Autofocus, manual focus, that's pretty self-explanatory. I'm gonna stay on manual. Stabilizer, now here's the thing, this is what was kind of tricky at first for me. There are two stabilization modes, there's 1 and 2. 1 is just for any, you know, any handheld camera shots. And 2 is going to be for anything side to side. So, you know, if you're panning with a car or a bird's flying, that's kind of what you want to use. I think most people will just keep it on the mode 1. Now let's take this out for some test shots. So overall, I really love this lens. However, I do think it is definitely worth it to invest a little bit more money to get the IS version, because zoomed in fully at 200, even with in-body stabilization in my camera body and the IS in the lens, there was still a ton of shake. Now with a high shutter speed, if you're taking pictures, that's not an issue, and you can usually correct that in post if you're shooting video with stabilization. But if there were no image stabilization on this, especially for video, I don't think I could pull it off. So, and some other things is it's very heavy, and that's why you're going to get some shake, especially at 200mm. Just keep that in mind. It is heavy as heck, and it is a pain to lug around. Like, it is not easy to have in your camera bag. It takes up a lot of space, and it adds a lot of extra weight. So that's definitely to keep in mind. Now, if you are going to sacrifice the aperture and get the f4 version, which does have IS, you know, especially if you're shooting outdoors, I think that's plenty. You're not gonna have to worry about any low light situations. Now the reason why I have this is because I do shoot weddings and ceremonies, and there will be times where I'm shooting a ceremony inside a chapel or a church. It's gonna be kind of dark. So definitely for my needs, this is exactly what I was looking for, but definitely worth the money, and if you can afford the 2.8 IS version, recommend it. The best one. So I hope you enjoyed that unboxing and review video. I try and post at least once a week, sometimes two. So subscribe, and you know, you can come back for more if you want to. I want you to.